breathe, my beloved child. Unclench your hands. Release your jaw. Let your shoulders fall under my shelter. Close your eyes for a moment and listen closely, because I am speaking now, and my voice will settle the storm inside you. Inhale my peace and exhale the fear that has been tightening your chest. Be calm under my wings, for I am your father, and you belong to me. I saw you in the nights when the ceiling felt like iron and your prayers seemed to bounce back at you. I watched the clock trace circles while doors stayed shut. I heard the message you sent to life, and it looked like it stayed on red with no reply. I felt the weight you carried when the room was quiet, but the silence inside was loud, and I know how you wondered if I had stepped away, if perhaps I was waiting for you to prove something or shout louder. But hear me now, my little one. You mistook silence for absence. You misread the quiet as neglect, yet I was not idle for one breath. I was nearer than your pulse and steadier than your thoughts. You thought nothing was happening, but I have been working behind the scenes in 1,000 precise ways you could not see. I have been pruning what could not live in your next season, positioning your feet without spectacle, protecting you from plots you never even felt, providing in advance what your eyes have not yet counted. And now I am moving you toward public release. It is happening. I am moving, I am commanding, I am aligning, I am opening, and no hand can bar what I open for you. Do not fear the hush that wrapped your days, for in the hush I arranged the chessboard. I whispered to those I needed to reposition. I commanded the winds to carry your name into places you have not walked. I softened hearts that once were stone. I sealed cracks in your foundations, so the house we build will stand in any storm. I assigned angels to encamp around you and to intercept arrows released in shadows. I numbered your steps, and none were wasted. Not one tear fell to the ground without being turned into seed. Now listen to me, and let this certainty lift you. The delay was not denial. It was preparation with purpose and timing. I did not turn my face from you. I was steadying your hands so you would not drop the gift when it arrives. I was tuning your hearing so you would recognize my whisper in the noise. I was guarding you under my shield because the enemy prowls, and I love you too much to hurry you into a crowd without covering. Hear me declare over you, and let your spirit repeat it with me now. Say it out loud if you can. Silence was not absence. My God is with me. My Father is working. It is happening now, and I will not fear. Feel how these words settle into your bones. Feel your breath become even. For my word blankets your life day and night. And I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I am your shepherd. You lack nothing. And as you stay close to my voice, we will take the next steps together. Place your hand in mine, my beloved. Be calm, breathe again, because I am here and I am moving for you. Listen closely now, my beloved child, and breathe, because I am unveiling the hidden work. I was pruning what could not live where I am taking you. I was not taking from you to punish you. I was taking from you to preserve you. I was removing what drained you, what distracted you, what deceived you. I was unclasping the hands that held you in cycles that looked like comfort but were really captivity. I was cutting the cords the enemy wrapped around your ankles in soft fabric, so you would call them cozy, yet they slowed your steps. And I did it with a surgeon's precision and a father's compassion under my wings and under the shield of my blood. You felt the sting when certain doors shut without your consent. You felt the ache when faces you counted on became distant. You wondered why familiar rooms felt suddenly too small, and why desires that once satisfied began to taste like sand. Hear me, my little one. It was not rejection, it was refinement. You are precious to me, and you belong to me, and I will not permit parasites to feed on what I am growing inside you. I remove leaves that drink the sap but bear no fruit. I lift the branch to the light and cut away rot so the vine can breathe again. And though the snip sounded like loss, It was mercy and protection and preparation. Because where you are going, brittle attachments would crack under the wind and collapse your joy. I know you grieved what fell away, and I sat with you in that grief. I counted your tears and turned each one into seed. But I would not let nostalgia appoint itself as your shepherd. I would not let familiar chains rename themselves as loyalty and drag you backward. The enemy tried to keep you comfortable in cages. He decorated with compliments and guilt trips and the constant need to please everyone but me. So I cut the strings of people-pleasing. I broke the hooks of fear. I exposed the bargains you made with anxiety. I put my hand on the habits you called coping, but that kept your mind foggy and your spirit dull. And I said no more, because you are an heir to my blessings, and the old things are gone, and I am making all things new. Hear this with relief. My child, you are not being punished. You are being purified. You are not empty. You are being made ready. I have commanded certain cravings to lose their voltage. I have ordered some conversations to dry up. I have shielded you from invitations that would have swallowed your time and bled your focus. I have reassigned your hunger from quick fixes to my living word, so that when the next season arrives, you will not trip over the same stones again. And I have sent my angels to stand at the edges of your garden, to keep out the foxes that spoil the vines, so that the fruit we are about to see will be secure. Now place your hands before me and loosen your grip, and let my peace flow through your fingers, and say it out loud with me now as an act of war and worship and freedom. Release it in prayer. Say aloud, I let go of what cannot follow me into my new chapter. I let go of what cannot survive where I am going. I let go because I am held. I release because I am protected under my Father's wings. I am not afraid. Feel the weight lift, my beloved. Feel how your lungs open. Hear my voice soothing your spirit. I am with you. I am for you. I am pruning for your flourishing. And very soon you will see the new growth shimmering with light while we walk on together, calm, steady, and covered. Listen closely, my beloved child, and breathe, because I have been reaching into places no one could see, and I have been healing the memory so the past could not keep voting on your future. I have been quieting the alarms in your nervous system that used to scream when love approached. I have been softening the bitterness that settled like frost on your heart. I have been washing away shame that stuck to your skin like smoke after a fire. I have been restoring your sleep so that the night would stop borrowing your tomorrow. I have been turning off the reruns that kept you reliving what I already redeemed. All of this so that when the next blessing walks through the door, you do not flinch as if it were an intruder, but open your hands as if it were family. I am your Father, and I am making all things new. The old things are gone, and now everything is made new. I say it as verdict and as medicine and as future. The scenes that used to flood your eyes when you closed them are losing their voltage under my voice. The reflex to brace for rejection is dissolving under my love. The habit of expecting the worst is withering under my light. You will not trip over the same stones again, because I have leveled the path beneath your feet and lifted your chin so you see where you are going. I have erased from your memory the sting of certain faces and rewrote the ending of certain chapters so they no longer end in fear but in freedom. You are a new creation and you belong to me. Hear me confront the accusers now, the inner critic that impersonates your conscience, the family labels that tried to shrink your name, the former friends who turned their opinions into cages, the public chatter that rises like static. I overrule them all. They do not decide your worth. They do not write your future. They do not sit in my seat. I am the judge who justifies you and the Father who delights in you. My angels stand as witnesses, and they encamp around you. The gavel falls, and the word is declared clean, chosen mine. Take this into your bones, absorb it into your breath, let it settle the storm. Put your hand on your chest now, my little one. Breathe in my peace and exhale the accusation. Feel my hand between your shoulders. I am here. Be calm under my wings. Now speak with me and let your own voice agree with my decree. Say aloud, I am forgiven. I am restored. I am becoming new. I belong to God. Say it again slowly. Let it travel through your body and rewire your reflexes. Say, I am forgiven. I am restored. I am becoming new. I belong to God. I have been healing the places that would have sabotaged your harvest. I have been removing the splinters so you don't bleed on the gift you prayed for. I have been teaching your heart to receive without suspicion, to rest without guilt, to love without panic. I have been steadying your sleep, so mornings arrive with clarity, not dread. I have been pouring warmth into frozen rooms of your story, so they unlock without breaking, and I have sealed the doors that trauma kept opening in the night. You are not who you were in those old pages. The days of defeat are behind you, and the new chapter is already unfolding. Walk with me now, steady and unafraid, covered and companioned. My voice will guide you step by step, and my peace will guard you as we move forward together. Listen closely, my beloved child, and breathe, because even while I was healing your memory, I was quietly moving you. I was repositioning you without announcement. I was guiding your steps through delays that were not denial but direction, through detours that were not punishment but protection. Closed doors that looked like rejection were in truth maps with big arrows saying, not here, not now, turn left, and every no I permitted became a compass point steering you away from rooms that would have wasted your strength and into the room where your name has been reserved. I rearranged schedules you thought were accidents. I slowed one meeting and sped another. I hid your application on one desk and set it on top of another at the exact hour. I shifted your appetite so what once dazzled you lost its shine. I moved your focus from applause to assignment. I loosened your attachment to misaligned environments that clapped for your fragments but feared your fullness. I changed the music so you would stop dancing with what drained you and start walking with what grows you, and I did it all with precision under my wings, while my angels encamped around you, warding off invitations that were baited with flattery. What looked like smallness was strategy. The quieter tasks, the humble learning, the hidden projects, and the daily disciplines were not beneath you. They were building you. I enrolled you in courses no one saw, patience, resilience, stewardship, boundaries, so you could carry what you asked me for without collapsing under it. I placed you under mentors you did not expect, and I taught you through assignments you did not enjoy, so your character would hold what your talent attracts. I trained your steps in silence so your pace would be steady when the room gets loud, and I taught your mouth to bless and your hands to serve so promotion would not poison you. Now hear my instruction as a coach and a father and receive it without defensiveness, because it is protection and favor. Guard your heart, avoid the negativity that corrodes hope and confuses my voice. Do not open your soul to accusers or false friends who sow doubt. Do not return to old rooms where you begged to be valued or auditioned for love. Do not chase platforms I have not assigned. Do not explain your obedience to those who prefer you stuck. Keep your eyes on me. Honor the small assignment in front of you. Be diligent, be honest, be early, be kind. Be unbothered by gossip. Be anchored in my written word, because it keeps your inner compass true. Take a pen, my little one, and sit with me. Close your door and ask me plainly, and write what you hear. Ask me, where are you positioning me right now, and what must I stop chasing? I will answer. I will highlight the door that carries peace and the path that produces fruit. I will name the pursuits that looked noble but are not yours. I will confirm by opening the way no man can shut, and by removing the craving for what is not your portion. I will station help along the route, and I will surround you with witnesses who celebrate what I am doing, not resent it. Feel my hand on your back now and breathe. What felt like stagnation was alignment. The hallway you called delay is the corridor to the right room. The key is already in the lock, and I am turning it. Walk with me steady, unhurried and unafraid, covered and companioned, and when the door swings open we will step through together, and you will know in your bones that I was positioning you all along. Listen closely, my beloved child, and breathe. For as I was repositioning you, I was also building a shield around you, because not everyone celebrates what I am about to do with you. Blessing draws light, and light draws attention, and attention awakens jealousy and schemes, and the enemy who prowls. So I fortified you quietly, so that when the room gets bright, the arrows will still miss. I framed your steps with my protection, so that sabotage collapses under its own weight, and confusion cannot nest in your mind, and sudden discouragement cannot suck the strength from your chest. I did not leave you uncovered for one moment. Under my wings, under my shelter, under the shield of my blood, no arrow will find you. I say it as decree and as covering and as comfort. I have commanded my angels to encamp around you. I have erected a wall of fire at your borders. I have sealed the cracks where whispers used to slip in at night. I have placed a guard at your tongue and at your eyes and at your heart, so that the enemy cannot bait you into battles that do not belong to you. I am your father, and you belong to me, and I will not hand you into the hands of mockers. Hear me explain the secrecy now, my little one. I hid you because privacy was preservation. I kept you quiet because silence was a shield. I drew a curtain because the seed needed soil, not a stage. Roots do their strongest work in the dark, and I would not let premature applause choke what I was growing. The delay you called a wound was in truth a defense strategy. Time for my healing to knit your soul, so a single sharp comment would not unravel you. Time for my counsel to teach your hands war, so a sudden conflict would not scatter you. Time for me to move false friends out of the front row, so they could not sell your story for a seat. Now receive my instruction, and do not argue with it, because it is protection and favor. Do not open your soul to false friends. Do not explain your calling to mockers. Do not argue with accusers. Do not answer every provocation. Do not validate suspicion with access. Guard your gates, your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your calendar. Watch the conversations that always end in doubt and keep you small. Decline the invitations that cost your peace. Block the doors that leak your oil. And if your spirit feels squeezed when a certain name appears, let that be your map to distance, not your excuse to rehearse pain. Stay low under my voice, lofty in love and firm in boundaries. Place your hand on your heart now and breathe under my wings. Feel my shield surround you and speak with me as warfare and worship. Say aloud, God covers me, God guards me, God guides me. No weapon formed against me will prosper. Say it again slower so your bones hear it. God covers me, God guards me, God guides me. No weapon formed against me will prosper. One more time with steadiness. God covers me, God guards me, God guides me. No weapon formed against me will prosper. I will set a table for you, even with eyes watching, and I will anoint your head and make your steps sure. I will expose traps before your feet reach them and dissolve slander before it sticks. I will turn schemes into stepping stones and use the noise to amplify my name, not your anxiety. And when the moment becomes visible and contested, you will stand unshaken, because I have already built the shield. Walk with me now, calm and companioned. Sleep in safety tonight. Rise in quiet strength tomorrow. Stay close to my whisper, and you will move through the crowd as one carried under my shelter, and none of the enemy's plans will prosper against you. Listen closely, my beloved child, and breathe. For as I built the shield, I was stocking the storehouse. I was filling shelves with what you would need. Before you knew to ask, I have commanded resources and favor and helpers on assignment for you. I have already spoken to people who will open doors for you. I have already scheduled phone calls that will arrive right on time. I have already placed your name in the right conversations, and I decree to your spirit now, with authority and tenderness, that your lack is not your destiny, scarcity is not your surname. You belong to me, and I am your shepherd, and I will make sure you lack nothing. I am making provision tangible so your heart can rest. I am arranging work opportunities that suit your skills and heal your dignity. I am opening a path for debt relief and wise restructuring so the weight on your chest lifts. I am guiding you to pay what you owe without panic and to receive adjustments you did not know were possible. I am sending unexpected support through a message, a mentor, a neighbor, a manager, whose heart I am softening. I am releasing ideas into your mind like bright birds, strategies for sales, concepts for products, language for proposals, clarity for pricing, and I am training your hands with new skills so you hold steady at a higher level. I am aligning the timing for contracts, clients, and promotions, so approval appears when your character and capacity are ready, not a day too early and not a day too late. Hear me reframe the days that felt like not enough. They were classrooms, not condemnations. I was teaching you stewardship, so your future does not leak through fear, spending, or disappear in disbelief. I was strengthening your patience so you could wait for the best instead of clutching at the almost. I was calming your nervous system so you would not spend to quiet anxiety or hoard to worship control. I taught you to bless little and watch it multiply, to track your seeds and celebrate small harvests, to build a simple plan and keep clean books, to say no to shiny detours and yes to faithful rhythms. And now the jars that once felt empty will pour, the baskets that once felt thin will fill, and you will not return to panic because wisdom has moved in. Seek me each morning and I will guide your decisions. Open your Bible in the quiet, and my word will become a lamp to your spreadsheets, to your emails, to your calendar, to your conversations. Close the door and pray, and I will whisper which bills to address first, which meetings to accept, which ideas to archive, and which to act on. Now, every minute you spend with me, I will turn into years of blessings. I will multiply your steps. So 1 hour of focus replaces 10 hours of frantic motion. I will place favor on your work and integrity in your choices and generosity in your hands, so that what comes to you does not run through you, but builds with you. Place your hand on your heart now and breathe under my wings. Say it out loud as alignment and warfare and worship. There will be bread on my table, peace in my home, and favor on my work. God is my shepherd, I lack nothing. Say it again slowly until your bones agree. There will be bread on my table, peace in my home, and favor on my work. God is my shepherd, I lack nothing. One more time with calm authority. There will be bread on my table, peace in my home, and favor on my work. God is my shepherd, I lack nothing. It is happening, my child. The storehouse doors are opening and the carriers of provision are already on the road with your name on their route. Walk with me in honest work and quiet trust. Keep your ear to my voice. Refuse the counsel of panic. Sleep tonight in safety. Rise tomorrow in steady strength, and we will gather what I have prepared together. Listen closely, my beloved child, and breathe. For as I stocked the storehouse, I was training your hands. I was expanding your capacity so you could hold what you asked for, without trembling, spilling, or collapsing. I was building strength you could not measure yet. I was teaching your fingers precision, so they do not fumble the keys I am placing in your palm. I was thickening your roots, so the weight of fruit would not snap your branch. I was steadying your heartbeat, so praise will not inflate you and pressure will not deflate you. I was forming patience, discernment, and consistency, so blessing becomes sustainable, not seasonal. You grew weary of repetition, And you asked me why the same lessons, the same tests, the same hallways with different paint kept appearing. Hear me now, my little one. They were not circles of failure. They were sets and reps. They were scales for a musician and drills for a soldier and kneading for a baker and laps for a runner. I was turning wisdom from information into reflex. I was reducing waste from your movements, so excellence becomes your habitat. I was teaching you to do today's small, faithful thing when no one claps, so that tomorrow's visible assignment sits on a foundation that does not crack. I watched you carry small loads without complaint, and I added a little more. I watched you keep your word when it was inconvenient, and I trusted you with a bigger promise. I watched you bless others when you felt unseen, and I carved a larger channel for generosity to flow through you. I watched you choose integrity when shortcuts sparkled, and I sealed a promotion in a room you have not yet entered. I watched you breathe and pray instead of arguing, and I gave you authority over storms in your own house. This is training. This is love. This is how champions are formed quietly under my wings. Hear my coaching now and let your bones agree with it. Do not quit. Do not compare. Do not rush. Continue to work honestly. Keep your mouth praying. Keep your hands diligent. Keep your eyes clean. Keep your calendar simple. Keep your boundaries firm. Keep your spirit soft before me and firm before pressure. If others sprint in noise, do not envy them. If doors open for them, celebrate without surrendering your assignment. You are not weak. You are being made steady. You are an heir to my blessings. Carry yourself like my child with calm authority, humility, and joy. Place your hand on your heart and whisper with me as alignment and warfare and worship. Say aloud, I am not fragile, I am being formed. I am not late, I am being aligned. I am not empty, I am being equipped. I belong to God. Say it again slower until your breath matches my peace. I am not fragile, I am being formed. I am not late, I am being aligned. I am not empty, I am being equipped. I belong to God. Now choose one disciplined action today and do it with me. Set 20 minutes to seek me in prayer and open your Bible in the quiet. Or make a simple budget step and move one bill forward without panic. Or send the apology that keeps your conscience clear. Or submit the application you keep postponing. Or end the vice that leaks your strength. Pour it out. Delete it, throw it away, and replace it with my word. Write it down now and act before the sun sets. Every minute you spend with me, I will turn into years of blessings. Every small obedience will strengthen your grip. And very soon, when the weight of answered prayer rests in your hands, you will find you are not shaking. You are steady because I trained you, and I am with you, and we will carry it together. Listen closely, my beloved child, and breathe. For as I was training your hands, I was also arranging divine connections. I was sorting the circle around you with the same care I used to prune your branches. Some exits were my protection, and some delays were my mercy. I refused to let you make covenant with the wrong people, while your heart was still tender and your assignment still forming. I let certain texts go unanswered, and certain coffees never get scheduled, and certain collaborations stall, because premature attachment would have braided your future to motives that could not carry your weight. I closed a door you called community because it demanded your silence, not your growth. I moved you out of a chat that fed comparison and called it accountability. And I did it under my wings to save you from building a house with hands that would drop you. Now hear my promise and let it settle your chest. Alignment is approaching like a procession I myself have commanded. Mentors whose wisdom cleans your vision and strengthens your spine. Friends of peace who laugh without envy and correct without contempt. Destiny partners who recognize the blueprint I wrote in your spirit and speak to it with honor. Collaborative doors that fit your calling like a key, slipping into a lock. Helpers who appear with timing that feels like miracle and preparation that feels like confirmation, and witnesses who will stand beside you when I unveil the work and say, We saw God do this. You will not walk into your future alone or unprotected because I go before you and my angels encamp around you. But listen to the warfare note, my little one, because the enemy mimics what I am doing when the breakthrough is near. Counterfeits rush in with pressure, confusion, secrecy, and compromise. They hurry you to sign before you pray. They prosper in the shadows and bristle at accountability. They flatter your old wounds and dim your new boundaries. They say, keep this between us, while they tug you away from peace. They require you to shrink to fit or trade integrity for access. Discern this with me, for what is truly from me will carry peace, not panic, clarity, not fog, mutual honor, not manipulation, prayerful transparency, not clever hiding, shared values, not surface hype, room for your growth, not a cage for your voice. So receive my instruction now with calm authority, and let it guard your heart. Forgive, but do not return. Bless them, but do not rebuild what I dismantled. Release with love, but do not reattach what I have severed. Do not reopen gates I have closed. Do not explain your no to those who feed on your yes. Keep your table open to reconciliation without forfeiting the boundaries that protect your purpose. Honor everyone and yoke with few. Love widely and covenant wisely. Come into the quiet and ask me and write what I reveal. Ask me to reveal who is assigned, who is seasonal, and who is a distraction. I will name them with peace. I will confirm by my word and by repeated counsel. I will highlight fruit and expose motives. I will dissolve your craving for what is not your portion and increase your joy with those I have sent. I will synchronize introductions and appointments in rooms you could not arrange. Now place your hand on your heart and speak with me as alignment and warfare and worship. Say aloud, God aligns my relationships. I release counterfeit ties. I receive friends of peace and helpers on assignment. I walk through collaborative doors with wisdom and grace. I belong to God. Breathe under my wings. We will step into these rooms together, steady, loved, and covered. Listen closely, my beloved child, and breathe, for the time has arrived. What I prepared privately will be revealed openly. What I hid in the dark will shine in the light, and the season you thought would never turn has turned under my hand. It is happening now, not as a rumor, but as a reality that touches your calendar, your home, your body, your work, and your name. Days of defeat are behind you. You will see evidence, not just hope. You will testify, not just survive. I speak it with the authority of your Father and the tenderness of the one who held you through the quiet years. I am making all things new, and I am unveiling what I planted, what I watered, what I guarded under my wings until your roots were strong enough to carry fruit in full daylight. This is the nature of the release I am bringing. Opportunities will stand up and call your name without you begging them to notice you. Recognition will come as a witness to my work. Not a bait for your ego. Joy will return to your face as naturally as morning to a window. Identity will feel healed in your bones, so you do not rehearse apologies to enter rooms I already gave you. Family dynamics that cracked under strain will begin to soften, mend, and realign as I pour oil on old hinges, and visible favor will rest on your daily steps. Emails that open doors, meetings that end in yes, projects that sparkle with clarity without you chasing approval or shrinking your truth. I am setting you in places where your assignment fits like a garment tailored by my wisdom. I am seating you where your voice carries peace and your work carries weight. I am placing witnesses who will say, "We saw God do this," and accusers will exhaust themselves against the shield I already built around you. Now hear my command and receive it as courage. Do not shrink. Do not hide. Do not apologize for what I healed. Walk forward with a clean heart and clear eyes. You will not audition for my favor. You already have it. You will not barter your boundaries for a platform. You will carry your boundaries like a crown. Bless those who question but do not surrender your assignment. To satisfy their confusion, keep your spirit soft and your spine steady. Answer with kindness and move with conviction. And if noise rises like a storm, know that my angels encamp around you, and no weapon formed will prosper while you step through the door I opened. Place your hand on your heart and speak with me now as readiness, alignment, and worship. Say aloud, I am ready for what God prepared. I will not fear, I will obey. I will step through the open door, again slower, so your bones agree. I am ready for what God prepared. I will not fear, I will obey. I will step through the open door. Once more with calm authority. I am ready for what God prepared. I will not fear, I will obey. I will step through the open door. You belong to me, my little one, and I go before you, and I walk beside you. Breathe under my wings, lift your chin, take my hand. We will step into the light together, and when the room brightens, you will feel my peace like a mantle on your shoulders, steady, loved, and covered. Listen closely, my beloved child, and breathe. Settle your shoulders under my wings and feel my nearness. I am with you day and night, and my promises blanket your life. I surround your home, your thoughts, your steps. I go before you, and I walk beside you, and I stay behind you to gather what you drop. Nothing about your days is random when you remain under my voice. So receive this simple path for the next 7 days, and let it be your shelter, your rhythm, your peace. Each morning for 7 days, come to me first. Close the door of your room and whisper my name. Open your Bible and read slowly until one promise warms your chest. Hold it in your mouth like bread and say it aloud. Then ask me for one instruction and write it down. Do not rush. Breathe in my calm. Listen closely. I am guiding you. At midday, pause for 1 minute no matter where you are. Put your hand on your heart and inhale peace. Exhale worry and say softly, God covers me, God guards me, God guides me, I lack nothing. Then return to your task with gentleness. Each evening list 3 gratitude stones and lay them at my feet. Release all anxieties and names and outcomes into my hands. Forgive freely so you sleep light, and say before you rest, I belong to God. My home is covered, my future is secure. Now hear the daily focus I appoint and keep it simple and quiet. Let fruit speak and let peace confirm without trumpets. Day 1 is for surrender and clarity. Remove one distraction. Delete one feed that stirs envy. Stop rehearsing old failures. Ask me what to stop chasing and obey. Day 2 is for words. Guard your mouth. Do not complain. Do not gossip. Do not explain yourself to accusers. Bless and stay silent when silence is wisdom. Move in quiet obedience and let my peace be your confirmation. Day 3 is for generosity. Give something small on purpose, a meal, a message, a seed, a kindness, and trust that abundance flows through open hands. Day 4 is for boundaries. Limit access to what drains your faith. Decline one invitation that costs your peace. Set a time limit on screens. Choose one yes that protects your assignment. Day 5 is for excellence. Finish one neglected task with care. Send the email, submit the draft. Tidy the space, reconcile the number. Do it unto me and feel dignity return. Day 6 is for rest and worship. Take a slower walk, turn on worship instead of noise. Nourish yourself on my word. Nap if you need it. Laugh with someone safe. Let joy oil your hinges. Day 7 is for testimony and planning. Write what I did this week, even if it seems small. Tell one trusted person we saw God do this. Then ask me for the next right step, and I will show you where to place your foot. Keep these guardrails and do not argue with them. Do not open your soul to negativity. Do not rehearse guilt that I have already buried. Do not chase applause or answer every provocation. Do not compare your lane to another's sprint. Continue to work honestly. Keep your small steps consistent. Choose quiet when noise would leak your oil. Say it now with me as alignment and peace. I stay under God's voice. I move with wisdom. I keep my boundaries. I walk in daily obedience. I am covered. Again, slower so your bones agree. I stay under God's voice. I move with wisdom. I keep my boundaries. I walk in daily obedience. I am covered. Come tomorrow and listen again. I will meet you in the quiet and speak to you step by step as it happens. Every minute you spend with me, I will turn into years of blessings. My angels encamp around you. My shield is over you. Sleep in safety tonight, my little one. Rise in quiet strength tomorrow. Take my hand, and we will walk this 7-day path together, steady, loved, and covered.